I have just finished the first step in my morning glory extraction process. Using a traditionally scientific process for a not-so-traditional result. Or perhaps the result is traditional thanks to Dr. Albert Hofmann. I purchased about 5 packs of Morning Glory, Heavenly Blue, seeds at .98 each, about 250 seeds, at my local garden supply store. Then I went to my state liquor store and bought a pint of grain alcohol, 190 proof. That's 95% alcohol. Kids don't drink this at home, for $5. In a short side note, I got a strange look from the woman at the counter when I asked for grain alcohol. "Are you from town?" she inquired. Yes, I replied. Anyway, I had to sign a form stating that I would use the alcohol in a fashion abiding by the law as stated in Code 4, Section 13 blah, blah, blah. The clerk took down my name and telephone number for the record. Great. Upon arriving home, I placed approximately 250 seeds into a pepper grinder and ground the seeds into a powder. I ran them through twice in order to attain the finest grind possible. I then put the powder into 250 megaliters of naphtha, otherwise known as Rocinol lighter fluid, and shook vigorously for a bit and then let stand for 20 minutes. When the 20 minutes were up, I poured the mix through a double filter, a paper coffee filter tucked inside a gold coffee filter. Please notice, I am not going to drink the naphtha, and neither should you unless you want to die. I then place the Morning Glory seeds to the side, save the naphtha for future use and wait for the pulverized seed to dry. 3 hours later, the powder being thoroughly dry, I placed it into a small jar and put in about a shot of alcohol. I will now wait the requisite 3 days for the active ingredients to be thoroughly absorbed into the alcohol, shaking vigorously whenever I come upon the jar in my daily activities. 3 days later, I have the liquid here, but I'm a bit nervous about the smell of lighter fluid that still seems to be coming up from the mixture. I decide to let the alcohol evaporate and then add another shot. 3 days later, I put the Morning Glory grain alcohol mix through the same filter process listed above. The result was about a shot worth of a grayish cloudy grain alcohol. I add a hefty portion of orange juice to the mix and imbibe. 3 hours later, having taken the mixture and waited for a while, I don't think I'm going to be tripping anytime soon. I am affected by the seeds a bit. It's kind of a very low, subtle buzz. You could probably get higher drinking a double espresso with a shot of that grain alcohol. I'm wondering now about the number of the seeds used. I used 250 seeds, which according to the FAQ is equal to intense meditation. Yeah man. Maybe a different type of seed might be better. I used Heavenly Blue, Ipamea, from Johnson Seeds Company. If I try this again, I'll double the amount and see what this does. I might alter the extraction purpose in some way too, although I'm not sure how. If anyone has had success with this method, feel free to email me. A few words of advice for anyone who reads this and wants to try. Get your step-by-step directions from the FAQ first of all. Point 1. After you filter the seeds from the naphtha mix, let them dry thoroughly. I included an extra step of letting the grain alcohol, Mg mix evaporate because I didn't like those lighter fluid fumes I was getting from the first mix. After evaporating and then adding another shot of grain alcohol, the smell was completely gone. So overall, I'm a little skeptical of this procedure. Granted, I am feeling a little buzzed as I type these words, but nothing remotely like a glorified trip. So as I place these words into electronic format and sit here, and sit, and sit, and sit, and wonder, my nose itches, does your nose itch? And then I took the suspension. Mr. Principal, you're suspended. Beep bobble thorn. Powwow. Vision, the faculty of sight, perception, perceiving, range of view, optics, eyesight. Understanding, foresight, discernment, breadth of view, insight, penetration, intuition, kibo, divination, astuteness, keenness, foreknowledge, prescience, farsightedness.